Apparently, like while I was like focusing on the wall and all the little guys, there was like a really big hammerhead about 8 feet, just like right next to me the entire time.
What?
And Shane had seen it, and he wanted to tell me, but he was trying to like figure out in his mind, like, how do I tell her so she doesn't freak out? Because that's how scared of them I was. And so he kind of moved me over and got on the outside next to the shark. And then like he tapped me. And then at that point, I just saw the tail go away. So, I mean, it could have gone in a different way. Like, I could have actually, quit at that point, because we actually did have a girlfriend that was diving, and she stopped diving at that point. Like, she's terrified to dive now. Oh. And all the locals there are just, like, so jealous, because it's just like they lived there most of their lives, and they've never seen this great hammerhead that's around. And they're like, you're so lucky you got to see this.
Welcome to Meredith for Real, the Curious Introvert. That's me. I'm Meredith, and I collect people. For real. You never know who I'm going to meet next. So come listen as I put my curiosity to good use. Every week, I'll introduce you to someone new, and we'll talk about ways to stay curious and grow. Big thanks to our location sponsor, Court of DeLuna, Pensacola's newest event space, and to Delta Life Fitness in Pace, Florida, the 30-minute women's group fitness plan you can actually stick with. So if you follow me on Instagram, you have probably seen the incredible underwater shots by our next guest. She's an award-winning photographer with one of her images winning editor's pick for National Geographic Travel Magazine and the Nat Geo coffee table book in Life in Color. She also co-hosted on the Travel Channel's The Perfect Shot for the Turned On by Food Porn episode, and nowadays is facing her fear of sharks by swimming with them with no cage. Today, she's going to share how she came to live this whole life of hers uncaged. Make sure to listen to the end when we share tips on how to uncage your own life. Camera slinger, fear facer, shark groupie, Romona Robbins.
Hi there. I guess you can say I am a shark groupie now.
You really are.
Now.
And I'm a groupie of yours.
Oh, no. That's
so,
crazy.
By proxy, a shark groupie myself. So tell me about when you graduated high school, you didn't do the whole like normal, now I'm going to go to college thing.
No.
What happened?
I was just a lost little girl that just wanted to have a good time. I hated school, to be honest with you.
But how did you end up in was it Destin or Seaside? Seaside.
Oh, okay. Well, you were talking about the modeling and how that started. I had a girlfriend that was a model. She still is. And she wanted me. She was like, you should be a model. So she told me about this event at Seaside. It was a big go-see, basically. And I went and did it. And very simple, like full bathing suit with ruffles and cut-off jeans. My hair was just basically in a bun, no makeup. And I got on and off that stage so fast. I just don't like to be in front of the camera. And I wound up getting a call back from just about every agency there. And
not just any agency, right?
Yeah.
It was Ford.
Ford, Visage, Elite, to name the top ones that were there. And I wound up selecting Elite because my friend was with Elite. And it was my first time like away from home, and it was an opportunity to live in New York. And yeah, so I did it, but I didn't like it. It wasn't me.
So you did it for a while, and you did
3 weeks.
What did you do? Oh God, no, it's that short. So what did you do? Runway?
I did editorial. I was actually in 17 magazine as class president, and I did some shows, but that's it.
That's so cool. And then one day you're like, this isn't for me.
Yeah, I did. I woke up one day and was just like, I'm not comfortable I just don't like that kind of attention, like just I like to be behind the scenes, basically.
So it wasn't hanging out with the mafia that made you uncomfortable. You're like, no, it's really the camera, not the mafia.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was definitely, we lived in a model's apartment with several girls from all over the world, and our chaperone was pretty easygoing and pretty much let us do what we wanted, so she wasn't much of a chaperone. And we winded up hanging out with mafia. They would take us out, and we'd get VIP treatment and go to some awesome bars, clubs.
That's crazy.
Like, that's so outside what the normal person experiences, which is why I wanted you to share that part of the story particularly, but really your whole story is because so many people, and we were talking about this in another episode, is they wake up, their alarm goes off, they hit snooze, they do their thing. It's about the same thing every single day. And so but that's never the life that you've lived.
No.
And so to you, you're like, what's the big deal? You know, I did this and then I did that, because that's just, you're in this habit. That's your normal. But right. I'm so excited for people to have a peek inside your normal, because I'm telling you, sister, that ain't other people's normal. Okay. So it's going to be a really neat behind the scenes. So you decided modeling's not for me. And then you went to college?
I moved back home for a little bit. Yes, I did go to college later. It took me, I did my associate's degree here locally, and then because I just still wasn't ready. School just wasn't for me, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But then eventually I figured it out, and I moved to Louisville, and I went to college there, and I got my degree in biology. And
and then you went from biology. Oh, you were going to get your PhD, but
I was on the fast track towards my PhD, and I was doing a lot of graduate level courses along with my regular studies, and I loved it. I loved biology, I loved ecology and animal behavior, and
all that whole subject. Yeah. I love all that stuff too, because I thought that's what being a marine biologist, did I ever tell you this? That's what I believe being a marine biologist was.
That's what I should have been. I wish I would have.
Well, no, I think look at where
it's kind of like full circle from where I started and left, and like where I'm at right now today. You know.
But the animal behavior part, that's really cool, and I'm so into that. So, but you had some hiccups along the way.
A lot of hiccups. I made a lot of bad choices. Very bad choices, and I got involved in a relationship that was extremely unhealthy, and long story short, without revealing too much information, I almost died. And I think at some point, like, you have to hit rock bottom, and from there you can only go up, right? So I took a hiatus. Like, after I graduated, I decided to move to Taiwan and learn some Mandarin for a year. And then I would revisit going back and finishing, like, my PhD. And 1 year turned into 3 years, because I just fell in love with the culture. And that's kind of when I started really traveling a lot, because it was so affordable to just buy a $200 round trip ticket to Bali or Thailand. So I wound up staying there for 3 years. I worked for a magazine teaching English. Everyday
so
English.
Cool. And you said you made videos?
We did. We made videos. We actually did broadcasting as well, like on the radio. So, like, I guess we were kind of like celebrities in Taiwan. Like, when we'd meet like little kids and stuff.
Oh,
my girlfriend and I.
Cute.
Yeah.
So you learned Mandarin, and you picked up photography.
Yes.
And you discovered you're a good teacher.
I wouldn't say I was a good teacher.
No.
But anyway, I really enjoyed my time in Taiwan, and I didn't want to come back. I don't know. Like, the longer you stay away, the harder it is to come back, because it's hard to find your place, like, back in the States. And
what do they call that? Reverse culture shock?
I guess you
come
could
back
say
to your home country.
Right.
Can we rabbit trail for a minute?
Sure.
Because what's one thing that was shocking for you when you came back from Taiwan? Which, everybody, that's an island.
Yeah, it's a very small island.
The
size of Maine and Massachusetts combined. It's very tiny, but very densely populated.
Yeah. So what was something that just sort of took you back when you got back from there?
To be honest, I didn't really have much of a culture shock when I came back, just to be truthful, because I did come back on a yearly basis. I did come back every year, and I still kept in touch, with some of my friends and my family, and but I missed the busyness of it, and the conveniences, like being in Destin. It's, in Fort Walton, like, it's a small town, and compared to, I missed zipping around in my scooter and in the museums, and there's just so much culture and the food, like all those things.
Oh, yeah.
That's the stuff that I really missed coming back.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's also, when we came back from Central America, the first thing that we noticed was, it was December. So Christmas, like there wasn't an abundance of Christmas decorations and music and what kind of seems to me a little bit like Christmas throw up everywhere. And we came back, we flew in through the Atlanta airport and then to Pensacola, and it was just like, whoa, hi Christmas, because we were there and Christmas was being celebrated. They had the whole month off in Nicaragua and most of Costa Rica to celebrate Christmas, but it wasn't this throw up of these inflatable decorations that move and lights, and there wasn't this loud music, and so that was kind of shocking for us. But so you came back, was it 2003?
Yes. My father had passed away from a heart attack. So, and being the only child, my mom wanting to stay in the area, I had to come back, unfortunately. So I did. And that was really scary for me because it was just like, what do I do now? You know, like I've done this for so long and here I am. And it's like, and I want to go back, you know? Mm-hmm. And then that's when I met my husband. Now.
And you bonded over Mac.
A MacBook. Yeah, I had a little laptop. We bonded over a Mac, an Apple.
That's so cute. Where were you though? How did you meet?
We actually met at a restaurant. I had another friend here who coaxed me into going out, and he was worried about me, and he was like, you need to get out of the house for a little bit. Let's just go to dinner. And I'm like, okay. So I went with him, and then he was like, by the way, it's a business meeting. And then my husband kind of struts in like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey, I've got this video of you from when we'd met when I was way younger, like when we were 18 on a boat.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Did you hear that, Shane? You're creepy.
It's like, why on earth would you have a video?
But y'all started it was a new adventure together, and he encouraged you with your photography,
yes.
Which it blows my mind that you would not consider that like a business option, because I know how talented you are, although that's hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yeah.
So everyone can say that, but he really gave you that little push.
He really did. He'd seen some of my work and was like, you could make a living doing this. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just wasn't raised that way, and I was just like, and I just lacked the confidence, honestly. And, but I did listen to him, and, it's just being at the right place at the right time, and you meet someone that sees your work, and then they show it to another person that's in the business, and they're like, hey, let's hire this person. And then it just kind of starts and evolves from there. And that's what happened.
And now that's what both of you do.
Yes.
You're both
yes.
full-time freelancers.
Yes.
Which is so, that is, I know the theme of our episode is Life Uncaged.
Yes.
There is nothing more uncaged than both being self-employed, and y'all are out of debt. You're debt-free. So that's like another way that you're uncaged, which is so incredible.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate for that. There was a time when we started doing this where I would stress out if I had a stint of time where I wasn't getting work, but I'm at the point now where it's like, it's okay. I'm going to embrace this time that I have and work on creative projects on the side to keep the creative juices flowing, because it's like a muscle. Like you have to, if you don't work out your creative muscles, then I don't know, it just gets harder.
Yeah, they atrophy, like regular muscles.
Exactly.
So how did the sharks come into the whole picture? Because I still don't see the connection between, and then I had this great business, and then I decided to jump in the water with sharks.
Well, no, my father was actually, he dove, and I remember, he had 2 sons from his previous marriage that were way older than me, and he was teaching them in our swimming pool how to dive, and I wanted to learn how to dive. And he was old school and I guess overly protective, and was just like, no, you don't need to learn how to dive. You're a girl, whatever. Mm-hmm. So in a way, after he passed and after I got settled back in the area, I decided to take some scuba lessons, and this was a while ago, about 12 years ago. And I started scuba diving and I loved it. But I have to admit, I was terrified of sharks. Like I always loved like finding the little macro things. Like I was like, I don't ever want to see a shark ever, ever, ever. And there were a couple instances, like we were in the Virgin Islands in St. Croix and we were diving this wall. And apparently, like while I was like focusing on the wall and all the little guys, there was like a really big hammerhead about 8 feet, just like right next to me the entire time.
What?
And Shane had seen it and he wanted to tell me, but he was trying to like figure out in his mind, like, how do I tell her so she doesn't freak out? Because that's how scared of them I was. And so he kind of moved me over and got on the outside next to the shark. And then like he tapped me. And then at that point, I just saw the tail go away. So, I mean, it could have gone in a different way. Like I could have actually, quit at that point because we actually did have a girlfriend that was diving and she stopped diving at that point. Like she's terrified to dive now. And all the locals there are just like so jealous because it's just like they lived there most of their lives and they've never seen this great hammerhead that's around. And they're like, you're so lucky you got to see this hammerhead. But at the time, like I was still scared. And I don't know, I guess like what really inspired me to be more courageous, I guess, is that I have a daughter.
Hey everyone, it's time to take a quick minute and show gratitude to our sponsors who make this show possible and give you some special offers. Delta Life is ladies group fitness in Pace, Florida, and I've been a member since 2016. I get bored super easy and I am great at talking myself out of exercise, like expert level 5,000. So having a class to show up that's different every time has been winner, chicken dinner for me. And with it just being 30 minutes, there's really no reason not to go. Plus, they do fun social stuff like Christmas pajama parties, little black dress events, and challenges. You can get your first class free to try it out. You can even come with me. There's no annual contract. It's all fitness levels, free childcare. Plus, if you mention the Meredith For Real podcast on your first visit, you'll get a free 5-pack of classes so you can really see if you like it. Check them out at deltalifefitness.com. And also thank you to Court of DeLuna Event Space. I freaking love this place. We shoot the show in the groom's room, which is complete with a pool table and all of the awesome memorabilia in the background that you see when we're shooting. But there is also a bride's room with 5 individual lighted vanities. Big deal if you're getting ready with your bridal party. There's a huge indoor space and outdoor courtyard with jumbo Jenga and checkers. The whole place can do events for up to 1,000 people, and it's in downtown Pensacola. There's an on-site coordinator, and I'll tell you, she did my wedding, so she's the real deal. You've got to see all their pictures of the cool events they've done and the community events that they have coming up. It's not just weddings, it's car shows, corporate events, 80s theme, New Year's party, masquerade ball. You can see everything on their Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Court of DeLuna.
I want to be like this cool mom. I want her to look up to me. I want her to be brave.
Yeah.
I want to inspire her, and I also wanted to just get over it. I was tired of it. I was like, I love diving. I have friends that do it and they still have all their limbs, like why not? So I put myself in that situation and I was already doing underwater photography, but it's just like after a while you want something different. You just need something different. You want to grow. And I was like, I want to start focusing on the bigger guys. And so I booked a trip to Socorro, and that's about 250 miles south of Cabo.
Yeah.
And just so I could do that, so I could dive with sharks and be out in open water, and we did. There were schools of hammerheads and Galapagos sharks, and I was terrified that whole time. I was literally the one running out of air first, which was embarrassing. I mean, my camera
because
is
you were
also
excited, so you're using all your oxygen.
Literally, it's in the head for sure. It's a lot of anxiety. Also, my camera is kind of like a parachute down there. It's so big, and when you're fighting
is it the
currents,
one we shot with?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting with currents and things like that, like it creates this extra drag. And so I was always running out of air first. So that meant I had to come up and surface by myself, which is pretty scary. But after a while, you just get used to it. But dive 19 out of 20. We were at a cleaning station, and there were all these little sharks that were about 3 feet. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I'm filming them, and all of a sudden the little guys disappear. And then I look right above my head, and there's a 10-foot Galapagos. Like, I actually have the shot where her eye is like looking down at me.
Oh my gosh.
And she's just my bubbles, cutting right through my bubbles. And then I look around, and it's like the little guys are all gone, and I'm just around a lot of Galapagos sharks, and I was just like, I loved it. And you literally get addicted to it. And I don't know if I'd like to do something good with my photography. I would like to advocate for them, you know, and that's a great way to start, I think, is kind of showing people, you know, how wonderful and I mean, how important they are and how beautiful they are. Like, it's a magical experience. And like, I mean, I got so addicted that like not even a month after getting home, I set up a shark dive trip for Jupiter, Florida, and that's pretty much the sharkiest place you can go in the States, you know, and it's all said and done, and I'm hooked.
So when people are listening to this, I'm sure part of them are like, they can't believe your story, and then part of might be thinking, oh my gosh, she's crazy with the sharks. But I remember you telling me about fear of motherhood, fear of just, and definitely sharks, that it helps you, grow to be uncaged, to be not separated from your fear.
Oh, it feels so good. It's liberating. Like when you can get to that point, you know, and it slowly builds your confidence up, everything else. Like it's freeing.
Yeah, you would never think, I'm going to face my fear because it's going to make me free.
Well.
But something you said, like tips for listeners, something you said was, you just got to do it. You just got to set your mind and do it.
Yes. Fear is the mind killer.
Yeah, that's your quote. I love that.
Yeah.
It almost numbs you, doesn't it?
It does. And I think right now I need to practice what I'm preaching, because right now it's like talking.
Yeah, it's okay. But here's the cool thing, and listeners will benefit from this too, is when you have something you've already overcome, which clearly is many, many things. You've already made so many decisions in your life that are other people would consider scary. You have evidence to make yourself brave in the next thing, right?
Well, you never know. I mean, you never know until you try, until you push those boundaries. You just never know, you know, and it's not for everyone. Like that lifestyle of being a freelancer and not knowing when your next paycheck is going to come in, like that isn't for everybody, you know, but it is possible. It's totally possible. Like, you know, we have a kid, we paid off our home, we paid off our car. Like,
and you're the exact right parents for her. P.S.
She's so fun.
She is great, and she is just such a bright spirit. And if she had 9-to-5 parents, I don't think that'd be a good fit for her.
She's definitely not going to be a 9-to-5er.
No.
There's no way. I don't know. She's just gonna. You have to be creative. I mean, creativity is the foundation of everything we do in life, and that applies to what you do for a living. How you make your living. Like, be creative and find your happiness. You know?
And I think when you, the other thing I was impressed by you is you set yourself up to explore that creativity by being debt free, and it's not just a goal that you talk about. A lot of people are like, oh, one day I'm going to be debt free, but that might, if you work at it now, even though that might be some sacrifices, then later you can set yourself up for more creative endeavors, like even just this podcast.
Yeah,
you know?
like what you're doing with this, which is amazing.
So if you're not set up, prepared financially, financial preparation isn't just about tragedy. You know, it can be an opportunity to do something really cool, but you will be caged in that 9-to-5 if you're, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. So.
And where's the guarantee there when you work a 9-to-5 job as opposed to being a freelancer? You know what I'm saying? Because like you could get fired, your company could close down. You know, I think like, I don't know, working for myself, it's very gratifying. I mean, you have to work harder. I mean, I'm not really good at marketing myself. Like everything I do is pretty much word of mouth. I could be more aggressive about it, you know, but at the same time, I'm enjoying motherhood. I'm enjoying my daughter. I'm getting this beautiful balance with both worlds right now, and I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you obviously are pushing the boundaries of your work and your creative limits. So can you tell us about your next project?
Maldives?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, yes. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to need a lot of practice. I am going to be instructing an underwater photography workshop in the Maldives on a liveaboard called Carpe Nove, which is owned by Carpe Diem. And if you guys are interested and want to play with the sharks and the mantas and learn to take some shots, my husband and I will be teaching together. He's doing the video side of it. Come join us in the Maldives.
Yeah.
I believe May 6th through the 19th.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome.
It's so crazy. It's just like that was our 5-year plan, and it's happening in like less than a year. So, I mean, you have to be ambitious and you have to keep working. That's the thing when you're working for yourself. Like, no one else is going to do anything for you. Like, you just have to be dedicated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let it drive you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So how can people stay in touch with all of your adventures, sharks and otherwise, on social media?
You can find me on Instagram. It's a super long name. It's Romona Robbins Reynolds. Or on Facebook, Romona Robbins Photography. And I have my website, romonarobbins.com. And
all the places.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening today and you wanted a question asked that I didn't ask you, or that I didn't ask Romona, then message me. I'll ask you.
Okay.
And then I'll send out a bonus episode via email. And if you're not subscribed to my emails, just go to meredithforreal.com. And there's lots of ways to get included on that. So this was so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Girl. That's a wrap.
Thanks for listening. If you liked this episode, share it with your friends and leave a review. You can also watch the episodes on YouTube. There's hidden curious caches in each episode, and the first 2 people to find them win a prize. So be sure to get my emails for clues and other insider perks at meredithforreal.com.